Drug-free workplace program. What's involved in that?
Well, that's a wonderful question. I appreciate your asking that, because one of the things that we try to do during Drug-Free Work Week is to broaden the conversation about what constitutes a drug-free workplace program. Too often the conception, the misperception is that a drug-free workplace program means that you drug test employees and that you basically get them out of the workforce. And that's really kind of an oversimplified approach. What we try to promote is a five-step approach to a drug-free workplace program, realizing that maybe not every workplace will have all five, but the best impact, the most comprehensive and effective program will have all five elements. And these elements are the foundation, which is a written policy that clearly communicates what the expectations are for workers in the workplace, what the consequences are of violating that policy, what the employer's commitment is to a drug-free workplace program, and typically a little bit of information that there might be help if you have trouble complying with that policy before you get into trouble. And the second we talked about a little bit today is the employee education component. And the core of that really is to communicate the expectations of the policy, as well as helping employees understand how drugs and alcohol can affect their job performance and their safety on the job. And as I said, also a little information about what kinds of help and what the disease of addiction looks like. The third component is very important, in that it's training for supervisors. And this is particularly important if you're going to do drug testing, because supervisors are really, in some ways, the first line of defense. They are the ones that recognize, or should be able to recognize, when an employee's performance or behavior on the job might indicate that substance abuse, alcohol, or drugs may be caused, and to learn how to effectively and appropriately intervene and refer that individual either for a drug test to confirm or deny their suspicions, and or to assistance for help. Which brings me to the fourth component, which is support for employees. Some avenue by which employees, either before they get in trouble or in some instances after they get in trouble, can get the help that they need to overcome addictions or problems with alcohol and drugs. And finally, a very powerful tool, which is drug testing, which does really give you an objective measure of whether someone has violated a policy, either for alcohol or drugs. And it also helps to deter use by putting folks on notice that they may come up positive on a drug test. And it can also be used to help monitor and support that individual in recovery. So together, those five components, policy, education, supervisory training, employee assistance, and drug testing, is what I mean when I